What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite host from the Old Jerks podcast, voted the most handsomest on the show out of the three hosts. So I thank you for that. I kind of wanted to jump in here. I rarely do this. I wanted to jump in here to kind of let you know, kind of give you a I want to say warning, sensitive materials because that train has basically have left the station. But kind of just wanted to tell you the best way to enjoy this particular episode, episode 12, is best experience in the video version. Thankfully, most platforms that we have are already video enabled, but there might be a few out there like Apple Podcasts and stuff like that that don't support video and it's just audio. So basically, YouTube, Spotify, we upload both MP3 version and video version on Spotify, so you have those options. YouTube, all that good stuff. But I just wanted to kind of give you a heads up that this episode is mostly enjoyed. I think for the first 30 minutes or so, we are kind of reacting to stuff that is happening on the screen, which we didn't really plan on, but it's still very fascinating to keep in. So yeah, if you want to experience this along with us, how it was meant to be, definitely check out the video versions of this episode. Otherwise, it's just going to be kind of us reacting to stuff that you guys can't see, and I think it kind of loses. People would be lost. Be like, oh, I'm just going to spend the first half hour of this episode or so listening to dudes react to stuff that I can't see. Okay, that's another long-winded way of saying best enjoyed watching the video version of this. Again, Apple Podcast doesn't support video just yet, so you'll be getting the audio version of that if you listen to our show there for the 2.5 of you that listen to us. So yeah, YouTube, Spotify, and we do our live show on Twitch every Wednesday or so around 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or something like that. I don't know. We usually shoot it out on the social medias. But yeah, that's it. Enjoy this episode. All right, we're coming at you live. Are we live, Kane? Are we live? I think we're live. I don't know. I don't even know anymore.
I don't know.
I think we're live. It'd probably help if I went full screen and not reveal all my address or whatever. Now, great. Now I'm gonna have all these ladies breaking down the door and trying to get at me because ladies only are gonna be coming after me. Episode 12. Holy crap! My God, if it seems like only today. Episode 11 dropped on the internet, which I think it was today. I edit. I want to edit right away, but I forget and I get too lazy, and then I'm like, oh shit, I probably should edit this and put it together. So episode 11 is currently dropped today. And
It's like we forgot we were even recording.
Yeah,
today, so
yeah.
we're like,
I was like, oh shit, are we doing this? So as you can see, I think it's just me, Kane, and I tonight. I don't know, Jason, if he's gonna jump in. Like a couple episodes ago, he jumped in about halfway. So if he jumps in, he jumps in. If not, I don't know. I don't know where he's at. Maybe he'll call in. Who knows? But Kane, man, how you doing, man? Since the last time we talked, you had you had a health scare, all this stuff. How's it going? Are we better this time? Everything good?
Doing okay. Seeing a cardiologist tomorrow, so I guess I'm not totally
Barely
there yet. But
why does it? I hate that shit. When I was having my heart problems, before they told me to fuck off and you're fine, I felt like these appointments were like so long to make, and like I'm like, well, what if I really had a problem? We'll go to the ER. I'm like, no, you're supposed to tell me, and you're supposed to help me out. Well, the ER is, if you're really in danger, you got to go to the ER. I'm like, well, what the hell? Screw you guys.
Yeah, it's stupid.
No more problems, no more incidents.
No, nothing so far.
Yeah,
so,
that's good. Just calm down,
we'll-
man. You
we'll
need to chill out. I think you're a little too wired. I think you drink too much and you caffeinate yourself too much. No, I've never really been a coffee drinker. Really ever. Are you a coffee guy?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
every
no
day.
wonder. Well, that explains all your problems. That explains your everything, and you're you can't have kids anymore because of the coffee. Not, it's definitely not because of the snippety snip that you had. It's the
No.
coffee. I
Yeah,
definitely
just the coffee. That's what the doctor said.
it's the coffee.
He said you have caffeinated all of your
Your your
healthy sperm out of your body.
your sperm just die.
Yep.
Every time, you're like, ah, and they just kind of give up halfway. They don't even shoot out. They just die halfway through the.
Yeah.
So that's good to hear, man. Everything good on my end. I'm still hitting the gym hard. I'm trying to get down to 100 pounds even. That's healthy, right? That's a healthy
Yeah,
weight.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying.
totally.
Well, how much did?
You want that machinist look?
Yeah. Christian Bell. I think I'm gonna start. Yeah, and I'm gonna be visiting a hooker. Right? Was it a hooker? Who's the hooker he was visiting? Jennifer Jason Lee, Jane
Yes, that's
Fonda,
right.
or what? I keep forgetting all those. Yeah, for some reason they
Peter
all
Fonda.
Peter Fonda was played a hooker in The Machinist that he would visit
Yep.
once in a while. Yeah, man. So everything's going good, man. How's the job search? I heard you started. Did you start a job yet? What's going on? Walmart?
I did not. I'm starting next week. No,
Yeah,
unfortunately not Walmart, but
yeah.
yeah,
Missing
gotta.
out, man.
Yep. It's so yeah, it's not a desk job like before. It's a warehouse job. So I'm gonna be physically doing stuff, which I'm actually excited about. So
Kane can't really tell us because it's really that secret warehouse in Indiana Jones and the first one where you see the big warehouse and
yeah,
he's moving around stuff, and that's where they hold the what's that fucking thing, the
Arc,
ark.
Arc of the Covenant.
yeah, the ark. Yeah, Kane is actually moving around that shit. So you have to operate. You have to operate heavy machinery, man. So you can't drink heavily the night before. I feel bad for you, man. Are you? Are you?
I actually don't have to.
Oh,
I
you don't
don't
have to
have
do
operate
that.
heavy machine.
Then what the fuck do you do?
No.
Then what are they paying you for?
It's a picker job. So I just go around and on a little cart, electrified cart,
Okay,
and put stuff in boxes.
it's
So
like Amazon or something. Are you gonna be? Are you Amazon guy? Sort of.
it's not. Oh, I don't know. It might be similar to how Amazon is. I'm not sure, but I always hear bad stuff about working at the Amazon warehouse. Certain things, but
Yeah, you can't go to
Oh.
the bathroom. You can't everything's timed, and like
Yeah.
if you step away from your station for more than a minute, like managers get involved and people tend to
Yep.
disappear and
Yep.
stuff like that. So, well, I'm glad, man. That's good to hear, dude. That way you could that way you could stop being a bum.
I know.
No, you mean I don't even know. I mean I know my current job, like it's really not I wouldn't say it's the most reliable gig that I have right now, but at least I know I could just go back to Walmart if I need to. That's
Yeah.
that's, I mean, I don't want to, but they'll take me. I went there the other day and they're like, yeah, man, just let us know. I'm like, okay, because I told them the
Oh,
situation. I
jeez.
told the situation. And I was like, I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I might need to come down here. They're like, yeah, man, don't worry. Let us know. We'll take you. We know you.
Well,
So there you go.
backups are good.
Yeah. I definitely, I would definitely want to go to a place where I hated, working for the past 4 years, the worst 4 years of my life.
Yep.
I just got to the healthiest point of of where I haven't been in like 15 years, 16 years, and I'm just gonna go right back to it, just drinking hard liquor every night because I just can't deal with customers. But yeah, man.
Well, you
So
just
yeah,
walk it off.
you just walk it off. That's what I mean. I do miss jobs that are physical. Sounds like you're
Yeah.
going back to a job that's you're not sitting all day like we do. But hopefully,
Yeah.
maybe that'll do good for you, man. Maybe because I'll be a little bitch, like my doctor tells me, and man up, and quit pretending to have chest pains to seek attention. He's being dramatic. Fucking A, these people. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot to talk about, man. Because there's a lot of upsetting news in the news. Out and about yesterday, especially yesterday. I think all the news broke, and
Yeah.
before we even touch on that, what is going on with this AI app that every single person that I see on the freaking internet is using. It's become so huge that there's a waiting list now. What's going on,
Yeah.
Kane? I think you're more. I think you've been messing around with it more than I have. What is this?
So basically, there's this app. Well, there's actually a few. There's a few companies where they you type in anything, like literally anything, and it'll make a picture of what you type in. So it even is down to like you could say a picture of a glass full of hot lava in the in oil painting style of Leonardo da Vinci, and it'll do it exactly like that. And so there's one called Dall-E,
Mm-hmm.
Dall dash E, and there was a primitive version of it that you can actually use for free if you go to crayon.com. It's CRAIYON. But they just came out with Dall-E 2, which you have to get on a waiting list to use, and it's insane. It's like you watch it and it's something that's completely, if you watch videos of it, it's completely mind-blowing. It's like it makes photorealistic images if you want it to do it that way, like if you
My
actually type
God.
like realistic image of
Yeah.
you know uh Donald Trump doing backflips at the Olympics or something, and it'll make a realistic image of it. And it's like to the point where you watch it and you're like, graphic designers are going to be out of a job. Like, it makes totally original images just from you typing in anything.
Yeah.
And you can even type in graphic design, or like not graphic design, but like digital image of a dinosaur playing guitar by a campfire, and it'll make a like a cartoony image. Or like if you ask it to do
Yeah.
that, or you could be like playmation of a dinosaur, and it literally does anything. It's insane.
Now is the one that everybody's waiting on, is that going to cost, or is the one you're using is it just always going to be free kind of thing?
um I don't know what they're doing. I know there's a one of them called Mid Journey that has a payment system right now, where if you it starts I think at $10 a month, and that's for like 200 image prompts. And
Damn.
yeah, and actually I'm gonna do a screen share right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, definitely
I'll show you
show and tell for sure.
some of the stuff, because Mid Journey, you can actually you can get a free thing right now where they give you like 25 image prompts.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to give you my thoughts on this. This scares the shit out of me.
Yeah,
This scares the shit
yeah.
out of me. I think we're heading faster and faster towards Skynet. James Cameron predicted this as he was writing the script. When he wrote Judgment Day, he definitely predicted this happening. I just think that the AI is going to become self-aware and it's just going to kill us all, launch some nukes at us. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
It's true.
If I'm being honest with you guys.
Yeah. I agree. But but yeah, you know what's funny? Like when I heard about this, actually the first thing I thought of was a holodeck in Star Trek.
Ah.
Because I'm like, if this is technology like in its infancy that can literally make a photorealistic image of whatever you type, I just can only imagine in the future when they apply that to video and like holograms, and it's just gonna end up that way. But
So how long is this instant, or does it take a bit to
the
process?
the uh the Dolly first version, the crayon or whatever, if you go to that, that takes about 2 minutes when you type in an image or type in a prompt. This Mid Journey, I don't know if you can see my screen.
I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. This took 20 seconds. So, and I think
Shit.
this was some kind of I think I wrote like Darth Vader silhouette in front of like a futuristic skyline. So that's exactly what it did. But you could see it kind of chose an art style to do it.
Hmm.
Um,
Whoa, what the
this
fuck?
one,
What the
This one, I think I wrote Pinhead, Jason, and Freddy in a metal band.
That's awesome.
But some of the stuff, it's like, I think if it's copyrighted, it kind of switches it up a bit, so you can see
It
that.
looks like Slipknot, really. Like it looks
Yeah,
like
it does.
an
Yeah.
artist rendition of Slip, like a random concert of Slipknot.
It's true, yeah. Um, I think this
Whoa,
one was like, yeah, I think this one I wrote God taking a selfie with Buddha and Cthulhu, and
dude, that's fucking nuts, dude.
I think a
That's
dog. I think
creep.
yeah. And it's like, and it brings up all these questions about, like, can a computer be creative? And I'm like, if someone was like, hey, I painted this, I'd be like, oh my God, that's amazing. But
A
yeah, it's
goddamn
nuts.
computer did all this in little to no time. What's this?
This, I think I did a man standing under a street lamp, film noir style.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I did for that. Um, this I was like waiting on the roof of my house, and I could see like because I live by basically in the middle of an orchard,
Okay.
and I could see this invisible. Well, I couldn't see it because it was invisible. It was an invisible presence coming towards me through the
Whoa.
woods, and it was nighttime. So
Hmm.
that was sort of the prompt I wrote for this, and then
I gotta try it, dude. I gotta try that. I can't wait to try the good one. No, but this one's pretty badass too.
yeah, I mean, this is all like kind of artsy stuff. I think I wrote like steampunk samurai or something for this one. It was like a battle.
Hmm.
And you can see every prompt that you make, it makes 4 images of it, like 4 different images. I think this one I just wrote, dead guy in his bed with his own ghost hovering over him.
What the fuck, man? I
Yeah.
don't even think I need a hire. The illustrators are. That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah. This one kind of went on its own. Like, I think I wrote elf using using a mushroom as an umbrella or something, and in claymation style, and this is what it came up
Oh
with.
my god.
Let me see what other ones are here.
Dude, that's nuts, dude. I can't.
This this one was a mech with a kitten head destroying a city.
Yeah.
um,
Wow, dude, that's why it's fascinating, but at the same time, it's creepy as fuck that
yeah,
a AI is doing all this, man. Holy
yeah, for
shit.
sure. Yeah, I think this one I put aliens staring into a bedroom window at night,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's
Dude,
freaky.
that literally looks like
Um,
an artist rendition, like somebody's rendition. And
yeah,
it literally, I could just go in and be like, hey, I want to use a picture of something and not pay anybody and just get this. Or pay some type of fee every month or whatever.
yeah,
Uh,
and
yeah.
yeah, this one I think was I wrote like animal warrior in a field with a shaft of light shining down on him, and you could see like. And then you can add stuff like you can even put like 50 millimeter.
What
It'll like
the?
yeah. This
What?
one I did a bowl of kittens sleeping on hot lava. Um,
Holy
I
shit.
think this was another Star Wars one. I don't remember what I wrote
But I
here.
love how because maybe it's copyrighted that it's not you could kind of tell it is, but they don't make it very apparent that it's
Yeah,
whoa.
this one I think I put in song lyric. I don't remember what the song lyrics were that I copy and pasted, but it had something with heart in it, obviously. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Evanescence.
yeah, I think I
What is that?
I
Is
think I
that what I
put
think it is?
yeah, yeah. I said Freddy Krueger scratching records at a rave or something. Kind of looks like Walter White right there.
Yeah. I am the one who
Um,
knocks, scratches. Whoa. What? That's creepy. What's this?
I don't remember what I wrote here.
Oh
I think I tried to write a guy ripping his chest open or
my
something.
god.
Um,
That's nuts how I mean how it could just do this. And I know a
yeah,
lot of illustrators online were like this is not how it should be. We're all gonna go extinct. And I'm like, not really, but damn, this is pretty damn
Yeah.
close.
It's nuts. There's a couple videos about it. How there was someone arguing they don't think, it won't put humans out of business, but it's definitely gonna change the way people design stuff. I mean, if a graphic designer was like, I can't think of shit for this thing, I'm gonna
Let
Google
me
or I'm
go over
gonna
here.
enter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let me
because
go over
this
here and
one
search it up. Mhm.
I think I put samurai helmet and mask, steampunk style with intricate details, and I think I wrote gold
Oh
and
my
silver
god.
accents in it, and I
Jesus
put 50 millimeters.
Christ.
So it,
Oh my god. It even takes the fucking lens into account. Holy shit.
yeah.
Oh
This
my
one,
god.
this one I said, and this is where it's interesting because when you write in like God and you see what image it gives you for God, I think this one I wrote God holding a glass sphere with all of reality in it,
Yeah.
and this is what it came up with. Um,
Jeez.
and this I think I did Jason Voorhees at a DJing at a rave, so it totally chose like a kind of art style. And
Oh Lord.
yeah, this one I don't remember. I think it was like a guy with his skin. It's funny because there's things that they ding you for if you use terms. I think I said guy ripping flesh away and there's machine underneath. And it was like you cannot use the term flesh.
What? So
Which
what
is,
does it does
yeah.
it does it you can only what does it like kick you out eventually or something? Is there like warnings?
Uh, well, for Midjourney, I'm not totally sure, but I know for Dolly, they do have some pretty big restrictions on it. Um, you can't write anyone of name being in a compromising position or having violence inflicted upon them, or it basically anything sexual or violent they will ding you for.
Well, there goes all the fun. I mean, what is
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
the what's the point now?
So if you So yeah, I mean, if you wrote Alex Jones getting raped by a bear, it would be like you cannot write this. But yeah, so it's crazy. I mean, and most of the stuff here I saw in Midjourney is kind of like it's sort of like art style, like artsy style. But if you look at Dolly stuff, it's a lot of it is like really photorealistic.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's nuts. Yeah.
someone did like a cat taking selfies at Disneyland, and it really looked like a cat holding a phone, like smiling for the camera. It was freaky.
Oh God. Yeah. So is this all done on your phone, computer? What?
I did this on my computer. This is actually on Discord.
Oh.
The Midjourney thing is on Discord.
Oh shit.
Um, yeah, and you type a prompt, and then it, you know, takes 20 seconds or whatever to
Wow.
to do it. So yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's where it's become a little too creepy for me. That's it, man. I think that's it. We're gonna be replaced here soon. I think the future is just gonna be robots digitizing images or random images that we type in, and
it's true.
have you seen the lawnmower man? We're heading that direction. That's where we're going because of this AI.
Yep.
Shitty ass VR, virtual reality shit from 1992. Heading that
Yep.
direction for sure.
I
But,
just denied.
but yeah, man, that's I can't wait to actually try the big one. That one we're waiting on. I think you're on the list. I'm on the list.
Yeah.
That's the one that's everybody keeps talking about.
Mhm.
But yeah, so what was it? We're heading to the big news. I'm building up to it because I'm pissed off about it. I'm just angry. I'm gonna punch something. You saw? Well, no. You started watching Squid Games, or you watched it already?
I watched the first episode.
Okay.
So I'm way behind everyone.
So, well, I'll be honest. I didn't finish it, and it's not because I didn't like it or anything. I just started watching other shit, and it's been about what? It's been a long time now, but I jumped into it about a week or two after all the hype because remember it was just like a whole week there, everybody was talking about Squid Game. And
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I'll check it out eventually. And it was afterwards. And I enjoyed it. It was really good. It was ultra violent, which I like. And
Yeah.
I could see, like the cultural impact that it had. It won, I was about to say, that little North Korea show that could. No, it's South Korea. Yeah, North Korea is a North Korean show. I I mean, watching the behind the scenes and stuff like that, like the creator got it. He like had so much stress making that show that he was like losing. He like lost teeth. He was losing hair.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was just. It was like it was basically one guy,
Yeah.
and and it's funny because usually that show was such a massive hit for Netflix that it came out. It was revealed that the creator made very little money on the show, yeah, and they didn't even like backtrack and said, "Oh no, we worked something out." They're like, "No, we work out the deal when we make it. We don't work out any back end deals where he makes more money and all that stuff." But I guess they're making another Squid Game, I think, or something like
Oh,
that. Yeah, yeah,
okay.
they're making another one, but it's really cool. So you saw the first one, so you haven't seen it. Have you seen it? I forgot. Does the first episode have any of the courses yet, or is it just setting up everybody getting to?
It had the I think it had the big one that
Oh, the
is the doll, yeah, the red light
yeah,
green light game.
yeah. I
Yep.
don't know. Yeah, we don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's yeah. Oh, whew, whew. I probably wouldn't make. I don't think I'll survive that game. I don't think I would. I think I would be eliminated right there and then. I
Same.
think. But I mean, Asian cinema as it is ultra violent. You know what I'm saying? This goes back to what, the 70s, 70s, 80s, John Woo era, I moved from New Jersey. Oh, oh, Hong Kong. Oh. They're no strangers to violence. But
No.
we're talking about hand to hand combat type, breaking somebody's bone type of violence. This one is like
Yeah.
a completely different thing. We're talking like ultra violent, people getting shot, blown up,
Mhm.
brains being blown out and shit like that, and I think it was I think it was a phenomenon for everybody because people weren't really used to shit like that, and I think because of the concept of it was basically the Hunger Games, like ultra violent version of the Hunger Games. Except it was good. Hunger Games was
Yeah.
it wasn't that. It was okay. But yeah. So first episode, you're enjoying it. You're gonna watch it tonight. You're gonna finish the whole series tonight. Is that what you're saying?
Entire series. Yep.
Yeah, do it. And you still
The whole
haven't
thing.
fucking finished Rikio, the 91 minute.
I did finish it. Yeah.
What?
I know.
Okay, finish your review of Rikio, the 91 men, epic masterpiece that took forever to finish. So was the ending? Okay, so the ending that you watched, was it everything you hoped it was?
It was. It was about. I mean the final fight between him and the
Was it
warden or whatever.
wasn't he just
That
like
went-
a?
I think that went about. I know it's based on a manga, but it's like, yeah, that went about as anime as you could go. Like, oh yeah, well, I'm an old man who turns into a big buff, big buff old man. Like, basically, he hulks out, and
Oh my god!
okay, whatever.
I can't believe it.
I'll go along with it.
Yeah, I mean that's just shit we're missing out over here in the West. You know what I'm saying? Like we're missing out
Yeah.
on the good stuff. It was available in like a poorly transferred DVD for like the longest time until a company in the UK basically bought the rights, cleaned it up, made it look super good, and released it.
Yeah.
It theoretically, that what you watched does not have an official release in the US. I had to import it. It's a UK.
Really?
Yeah, it's 88 Films is a UK base. They do a little bit of they'll release some of their movies in the US that they have rights to, but like
Yeah.
Rikio, Apparently, it doesn't have the rights over here in the U.S. So that's it's essentially an imported. Basically, if I were to send you that a copy of that, you wouldn't be able to play it on your American Blu-ray player. It's a
Wow.
region locked. Yeah. So
Oh,
I
okay.
was like, "What the hell, man? Yeah, it's nuts. That's why you got to get your region-free Blu-ray player. You got to get on that, Kane. You know you want to.
Yeah, I actually had a region-free DVD player
I
back in
think,
the day
I think,
because I,
yeah, yeah.
I,
Nowadays, I don't know. I mean, I never had one, but nowadays, any of the players that you have are region-free for DVD. So you could literally have a disc from like Japan or some shit, and they'll play.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah, Squid Games. Finish it, damn it, so we could talk about it. And Did you start the boys?
I did.
Oh,
Before I talk
oh
about that
God.
really quick,
Oh, go for it, go for it.
I brought up crayons, so I wrote Squid Game starring teddy
All
bears.
right, so we're doing a live version of okay, so it's Squid Game teddy
And,
bears.
any basically anything we talk about, I could just put a prompt in here. So this is the sort of the primitive dolly. So yeah, you can see some of the images don't really make sense. Um, I'm doing Ricky O starring Ewoks. Let's see what comes up there. But anyways, yeah, you keep talking.
Nah, man, I'm
Oh,
interested in it.
oh wait,
What the hell?
what,
What the hell?
I don't know what this is.
That definitely does look like Ricky. Oh,
Wow. Um,
what
let's
the
do
hell?
violent manga anime with
Ewoks.
Ewoks. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, yeah.
Yeah. So
What were we?
the boys.
The
Did
boys.
you start watching
Yeah,
it?
I started that too, and it definitely did not disappoint with how the boys is with
Did you finish it?
basically their version of Ant-Man doing his
Mm.
thing, and
I haven't. I decided to restart it, even though I.
yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen season 1, 2, and all that. So I started the first. I'm on like halfway through first season.
Mm.
But what is it generating right now? Is it taking? Is it taking a bit?
Yeah, it's
Thinking.
yeah,
All
let's
right.
do another thing.
Yeah,
Uh
we'll have
yeah,
multiple
so
running at the same time.
The Boys starring the Avengers.
Oh.
How about that? Let's see if that
Oh.
works.
Oh.
And
And this is.
see, who knows if it'll know I mean The Boys, the show, so
I
it
hope
might just
so.
make.
Doesn't it just basically? I'm pretty sure it takes all the info from the internet. I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
what it's doing. So and the boys is pretty popular right
The
now.
Boys.
The boys. Dude,
So
what the
there's
hell?
okay, so
What the
let me
hell?
do Ewoks on Omaha Beach.
With Obama Beach. Um,
E-Day.
it's gonna be like what the hell?
Ewoks with machine guns. All right.
It's gonna be like it's so much information. It's so much. Oh my god! Have you tried typing in Rob Zombie monsters? What the hell? What?
All right, you can see a kind of a mix. You can see Homelander
Oh my
and
god! You see the
Captain America.
shield? Oh
Yeah.
my god, dude, that's like a fucking fever. Look at that one. Yeah, that one. Click on that one. What is happening? What is? It's like a fever dream. It's like you're having a nightmare. And
Yeah.
oh my god, that's so creepy.
The Hulk right there. Wow. All right.
Yeah, type in Twin Peaks. Let's look at one of my favorite shows, Twin Peaks. Uh, what can we mix them with?
Twin
Uh,
Peaks.
Donuts. They like donuts in Twin Peaks. You can't be graphic, right? Because it starts freaking out on you.
Well, this one you can write anything. You can really write anything. It doesn't mean it'll put it on there, but
All right, just we'll start clean and do Twin Peaks donuts. See what pops up.
all right, cool. Twin Peaks
Thinking,
donut.
thinking.
There we go. There's,
What
there it is.
the-
Ewoks on Omaha Beach.
Oh my god.
Yeah, some of it, it's like it looks like it makes sense until you zoom in, and then it's like, oh, it's a bunch of AI gibberish. Let's see, no, still going.
Thinking.
Here we can get another one going.
What do we got? What was I gonna say? What do we have in the show notes that we could? Let's do. Let's do Roadhouse. Let's do Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Patrick Swayze Roadhouse or whatever, or Patrick Swayze Ghost or whatever.
Let's do claymation Roadhouse.
Oh God.
See what happens there. All right.
It's fucking crazy.
Check on this. Oh,
It's so scary. I love how it didn't take that long to come back for the boys and the Avengers, but everything else is fucking quick. It's taking a little bit. Oh, what the? Okay.
I mean,
it's literally just donuts.
very delicious looking donuts.
Type in, cause I erased that. Type in Dale Cooper, just the way it sounds. Let in Dale Cooper.
Dale Cooper.
Dale Cooper. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it. Yep. And then donuts. See how that'll probably bring up Dale. Yeah, I'll probably it should know. I'm just surprised it just brought up donuts. Yeah, but yeah, dude. So Roadhouse remake. I'm not sure how I feel about that as we're waiting for the AI generator to go to for them to they're working overtime. These AI generators, they're gonna get mad at us and fucking blow up the world. Now I enjoy the original Roadhouse. I enjoy old Patrick Swayze movies. Listen, and I love how the fact that an hour in, Sam Elliott just shows up. I think is it Sam Elliott or whatever, or he shows up and all that stuff. Now, who's supposed to be in this remake? Oh my god, what is this claymation? What the fuck is?
It kind of didn't.
It didn't really. I thought it was The
just make
Simpsons.
the mouse-
I literally thought it was The Simpsons before I clicked on to enlarge the screen.
Animation Patrick Swayze in the movie Roadhouse. So
who's
the new one?
Who's taking over? Is it? Jake Gyllenhaal?
Jake Gyllenhaal, yep, is taking over, and I guess he's a former MMA fighter in this one.
Who's doing this? Who's making this? Antoine?
I don't know.
Antoine Fuqua or some shit.
Is it? Oh, I actually don't know.
I don't know because Antoine Fuqua seems to be working with Gyllenhaal quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, man. We really don't have to remake everything. Oh my god, what the hell? What the hell, dude? What the hell? Why did it come back like that?
I don't know.
Click on the last box at the bottom, right?
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna save it.
Why? What is happening?
Wow.
Why are the eyes like that? Why are they so checked? And that's just typing in normally Jake Gyllenhaal?
In Roadhouse. Let me see.
Oh, I wonder how it is if it just comes back normally.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm pretty sure I spelled Gyllenhaal wrong. As Patrick Swayze.
Oh no, it's gonna freaking.
Roadhouse.
It's just gonna start glitching, and I think I think the cops are gonna. What the heck? What the hell is going on with Dale Cooper? Okay.
Laura Palmer.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. Ghost.
Yeah, there you go. Or I think the better bet would have been wrapped in plastic because that's basically her iconic. That's how her body was found. This is freaky, dude. This is creepy.
Yeah.
This is I don't know what to say. I don't know. This is freaking me out. But it seems like you've been messing around with it quite a bit.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Here you go.
What is that? That's not even why does he have a stain on his forehead?
I don't know.
What
Got a
is
hot
he
dog? What is that? Wow.
What? I mean, there you go. I
Is it-
mean, you could.
Yeah.
Jay,
Very
what
angry.
is that? The guy from Spider-Man? What the
Wow.
hell? Okay.
I mean, yeah. And yeah, just take these and imagine Dolly 2, and it makes them like actually really realistic looking.
Yeah, I wonder how long the wait list really is, man. Like it has. I wonder like if we'll ever get into it like this year or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Roadhouse. I don't know about Roadhouse, man. I hate when people come back and ruin a good movie.
Yeah.
And sometimes they do. What the hell? What is? Are we even allowed to see it? Show this on?
Wow.
Is this even allowed? Is that even?
Just
What is happening?
doesn't it? It looks like they took some like I don't know 80s Playboy pictorials
Yeah.
and just put
Yeah.
plastic over them.
Yeah.
Like that's
What's up with the bottom right? Click the bottom right. What the hell? What is happening there?
that's got a very like I don't know cut out pieces of a picture and paste them together serial killer vibe to them. Wow.
That's something, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. Have you tried typing in your name into it?
I have not. I should though.
All right.
Let's. Oh, there you go.
Oh, hey, claymation
Hey.
Twin Peaks. What the hell? What the hell,
Is that
man?
David Lynch?
I think so. Wait, what's with the go back? What's with the bottom left? The hell's that? What the what the hell is that? Oh my god.
I feel like
Oh,
David Lynch would approve.
Yeah, I feel like this is like I think this is he literally made this, and that's basically what this is basically what it would be.
Yep.
Dude, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
Let's try. Yeah, Kane Black.
Oh, now people are gonna track you down because you're the only Kane Black in America.
Recording a podcast. We're going meta.
No, like the Matrix.
Yes.
I'm
Wouldn't it be freaky if it was just a picture of me right now?
like seconds ago.
Yep. It's like
We know what you're doing. Oh man.
let's do did this one before. George Burns in a karate gi fighting Marilyn Monroe in a karate gi. Yeah.
Man.
Crazy.
Yeah, Roadhouse, don't make it. I know they're listening. They're gonna listen to everything we say. Roadhouse, please
Yeah.
shut it down. Shelve it like some like some of these companies do, and don't release it. This would be a good reason to shelve this movie, not for what the hell? What is that?
Oh my god, it's me.
Dude, it looks just like you, dude. Like it knows.
It looks like Kane the wrestler right there.
What is happening? What the? Oh shit!
Wow.
What? Okay. What?
Wow, is that an eyeball for a mouth?
Dude, that's
what is
creepy.
that? Is there a
Like David Lynch.
gaping hole right?
David Lynch got up in this stuff, man.
Yep.
Um,
There we go. George Burns fighting Marilyn Monroe.
how are their faces? Oh God!
Is that an eyeball mouth there too?
Oh
But
jeez, what?
see, it's like they look like pictures from far away until you get in close and you're like, that's just all right.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. I gotta mess around with that shit myself. Is it okay? Is there apps for that, or is it just web based?
This one's web based.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so
That makes
yeah.
sense. But yeah, let's talk about the big thing that's going on in the news. Let's talk about that shit that's going on. So I was looking forward to this. So Batgirl. This goes back to the Flash. Michael Keaton essentially was coming back to reprise his role because the Flash is going through different times and dimensions and shit like that, right? And eventually
Yeah.
we were going to run into Batman, like Michael Keaton's Batman. And the same, so and then that ran into trouble because of Ezra Miller and all that shit. That got we don't know when we're gonna see that and all that, but so the Batgirl, we haven't really heard too much about it. It started filming during the height of the pandemic and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, Warner Brothers and Discovery Network merged, and then
Yeah.
they started taking a look at their lineups and see what's going on, and suddenly the Batgirl wasn't feasible anymore, even though it was shot and it was. I think it's still in post production right now, and they say, nah, we're good. We're just gonna go ahead and can it. It's not going to be released. It's not. They didn't say, "Hey, we're going to can it for now and see how we go later down the line." No, they just said, "Nah, we're good." Here's the thing: a lot of the people they weren't told ahead of time. It was told right when everybody else found out about it. So people were like, "What the hell?" But the biggest crime here, Kane, is the new Scooby Doo movie that was shelved. I don't fucking care.
Oh, son
That
of a
you know
bitch.
what? I was really looking forward to it. Yeah, Batgirl's fine, but you know whatever. But the Scooby Doo Christmas special that cost $40 million to make,
Oh my god.
that got scrapped as well. How?
Scrappy dude.
Yeah, it got scrappy, dude. How can you just scrap something that costs so much money to make? Wouldn't you want to? I mean, listen, Netflix and some other platforms release some shitty stuff that costs way more than $40 million, and they're fine. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
What? I just don't understand. How do you feel about all this, Kane? It's unfair? We're not the only ones thinking this. A lot of people are
Yeah.
pissed off about this.
I mean, I've never ran a giant multi-billion dollar corporation before,
Not
but
yet, not yet. Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to me why you would not release a thing that was like 90% done. Like
Mm,
they shot it
hmm.
and they were in post-production, right? They were
Yeah.
basically in
Yeah, they
post-production
were
and then they're
almost
like,
they were basically on the way to be completed
yeah.
when yeah. And here's the thing. I think the directors found out and the star. I think they were at I think they were at the star's wedding or some shit like that. They were
Oh
all
god.
yeah.
That's
Everybody
awful.
literally yeah. It's just I think out of everything, it's just the way how everything was handled. It was basically like the director. Everybody was like somewhere, I think, out of the country or something. The girl who plays Batman or Batman, the girl who plays Batman, Batgirl.
Yeah.
They were at her wedding and they all found out that way. And imagine being in your wedding day, the best day of your life, supposedly, and all this shit, and finding out that your movie that you worked hard on, trained, all that shit just gets scrapped. And I'm like, that must be, just like a kick in the face, man. It's just
Yeah.
like you work on something hours, 12, 15 hours a day, nonstop, and then you're working probably the same doing post production, and just to be like, yeah, no, it's good. We're just not going to release it.
Yeah.
So they didn't like what they saw, and it just listen with the business merger and all that, it just doesn't make sense to reshoot it. Or B, it's literally because of money, and that's kind of shitty. I still think
Yeah.
they should release it, but again, they're gonna be fine. The Scooby Doo gang ain't. Because I actually enjoyed the one of the one before, the one of the newer releases. It's actually pretty cool. They were heading in the right direction on that. But this Christmas, hey, let's drop $40 million on this Christmas special and then not release it. We're good.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Yeah.
just it doesn't make sense to me. Like it's like between the choices of, hey, let's try to make some money back, or let's just definitely not make any money back and put it on the shelf. Like I don't. It's like, do they
Well,
believe in it that
who,
or not believe in it that much that they're just like,
who's? I
we'd
mean,
rather.
who's running? I mean, if I'm gonna be pissed if they start bringing in new shows from like because we're gonna, I guess they're merging Discovery and HBO Max. So if yeah, so all the Discovery content is gonna be on HBO Max. And I'm gonna be pissed if they remove all this shit just to make room for all this shitty Deadliest Catch and murder in the Irish community or the Amish community or whatever or the Mormon. Yeah, they have all these stupid shows that they
Yeah.
have I listen. The premise of murders happening in an Amish community sounds fascinating, but I watch it and it's actually pretty shitty. It's like, oh my god, I thought they were like the most peaceful people on planet Earth. No, they actually kill each other. I mean, I would if I was deprived of outside temptations and stuff like that. But but on top of that, they're removing stuff off the platform. They're quite.
Yeah.
What are they removing? They removed that Seth Rogen movie, right?
Yeah, American Pickle, which I wanted to watch. I never
That's
got
the
around to
thing.
watching it.
That's the thing. I'm like, I gotta watch it. It was on my list too. I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get to it. I'll probably watch it soon. All of a sudden, it was, and it's one of the. These are all their originals, right? The Witches, which I think is a Robert Zemeckis, if I'm not mistaken. Moonshot, Super Intelligent, and American Pickle, Charm City Kings, and Lockdown. I think Lockdown was what's her name, Anne Hathaway, and was it Idris Elba
Yeah.
or Chiwetel or Edwajor?
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Ejiofor. Yeah, that's what I said. Idris Elba.
Yeah, exactly.
So what does this mean, Kane? Does this mean that is this gonna impact the future of films? Is this gonna impact the future of the industry? Like you could be done filming your movie and then all of a sudden be like, yeah, we're just not gonna release it. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like it sets a dangerous precedence of like, yeah, you're not safe even if you finish your movie, because it would be like if a studio had you make a movie for them, you'd be like, yep, finish it and everything. They'd be like, okay, cool, we can release it on time. Not like, oh, it's almost done. We'd rather not release it.
Nah,
We're just gonna.
Nah.
No one will see it. Actually,
That's what pisses
that's
me
how
off.
much.
That's what pisses me
Yeah.
off the most is like we're not going to release it anywhere. I'm like, motherfucker, just drop it on HBO Max and let us be even if it's shitty, drop their work. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, these people are making it for what, themselves? No, they're making it for people to watch and enjoy. At the end of the day, these guys are already rich as it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're probably not be like, oh, it's my next paycheck. I can't. No, they're probably going to be like, well, we want people to make it. And I think we're about ready for a standalone. How long have we been trying to get a Batgirl going? You know what I'm saying? I think Joss Whedon or at some point was going to get all over that. That didn't happen. And then somebody else was, was it Ben Affleck or was he? Oh, I think it was he's going to do his own Batman. And so it's nuts. But then I'm here, Michael Keaton, Michael Keaton as the Batman. Michael Keaton is having the worst. I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a shit. But
Yeah.
Michael, from what I'm hearing, is that Ben Affleck's Batman is replacing Michael Keaton's Batman in the fucking Aquaman. And it's like, what the hell?
They were gonna bring back Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
for
Aquaman? Dude. So they're
to
bringing
replace Amber Heard, right?
Yeah. They were gonna,
Yeah.
but I was like, what's happening? Is everybody hate Michael Keaton all of a sudden? I love Michael. He's awesome, man. He needs to make Multiplicity too.
He's the best.
That's really what he needs to. I mean, at the end of the day, we all want a Multiplicity part 2.
We do.
We want to
That's a
know where they've been up to for 27 years or whatever.
yeah.
I mean, we're living in an age of of sequels, and come on now. If you were to tell me many years ago that the sequel to Top Gun was going to be the number one movie of 2022, I would have told you to fuck off. It's like, no, there's no fucking way that a movie that's almost 40 years old and its sequel is going to be the biggest fucking sensation of 2022. But I mean, speaking of sensation,
Yeah.
one of my favorite movies you saw finally.
Hmm.
Yeah. The Joy Luck Club? No.
Yes.
You saw you saw Everything Everywhere All at Once. What did you think? It
Oh
was
yeah.
my favorite movie of this year. Nothing has come close to it. Except Batgirl, which I not
Yeah.
gonna be able to see. Yeah. What? So you saw it, man? Did you buy it digitally? Did you get it physically? Did you
I
get it
did.
at Walmart?
Actually, I blind purchased it without having seen it because I everyone said it was amazing and I wanted to support
Asians.
Asians in cinema. And no, it was amazing. It was awesome. I loved it. Like I absolutely loved it, and I totally agree
Doesn't
with you. I
it?
think
Doesn't
it
it?
was my favorite.
Yeah. Doesn't it feel like $100 million movie? Like just
It
with the
does, yeah,
amount of fucking shit that's on the screen.
yeah.
I
And it
mean, yeah.
was. Do you know what the budget for
It
it
was
was?
it was like 25 million or some
Yeah,
shit. Like you can't even you take that to the this feels like a this feels you want to say this is like a low budget version of an MCU movie, but
hmm,
MCU wishes they could do this amount of shit that these guys did with $25 million.
yeah,
$25 million barely covers the food for these fucking actors. You know what I'm saying? That
yeah.
that that 25 million alone was for the trailers for these fucking actors to sleep in the MCU. They took
Hmm.
$25 million, made it look like a massive. I mean, it is an epic.
Yeah,
But when you have I'm not even going to begin to explain the movie, but when you have in the middle of this massive 2 hours and 20-minute movie, you have these two rocks that are just talking to each other,
yes.
and it's that
Not
you
even literally
no,
talking.
it's
Like
just like
they're
they're just moving, and then you see
subtitles. Yeah.
subtitles. I mean, I listen. Just shit like that, and I'm like they literally, it just blows my mind how this cost $25 million,
Yeah.
where basically and we get the return of Data. Come on, man, what she's starting to
Yeah.
look like. I honestly thought, I was like, he could be Jackie Chan. He looks like Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it is he's doing his own stunts because he was a stunt coordinator for the longest
Yeah.
time when he retired from acting. So
Mhm.
that's him on the fucking screen doing all his own shit, and he
Yeah.
still sounds the same.
It
You can
sounds exactly the same.
still,
Yeah.
it's just him at 50 or whatever, and Data at whatever 50, 20, or yeah, Data was 20 in the Goonies.
Yeah.
I don't think he was 20 years old.
Well,
But
it's
yeah, go ahead.
funny. It's funny because it's like my wife and I were watching it, and we actually said out loud, like, "I'm sorry, I still think of him as like a teenager. Like, oh, he's too young for Michelle Yeoh." But actually, in real life, I think he's like 9 years younger than Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah,
But still, it's like he sounds like a teenager, and he's
yeah.
still like, yeah. It's
Well,
he was
yeah.
awesome though.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
coolest thing about it is I went in blind, and I did that purposely. I went in reading the premise of it, and that was enough for me. I didn't check out any of the trailers. Michelle,
oh wow,
I was always a massive fan of Michelle Yeoh back when she was with Jackie Chan days, the Jackie Chan days.
yeah,
She
super
was
cop.
yeah, and then I followed her. She was a Bond girl in
Yeah.
1997 and all that stuff, which in my opinion she actually outdid Pierce Brosnan in that movie. I think
Oh yeah.
she kind of like he was kind of a stepped aside and she took over basically, and she kicked
Mhm.
ass. But yeah, I went in not knowing, and I was following along, and it wasn't until Michelle Yeoh's husband, which played Data. I'm just gonna call him Data. Like, here, put this on. We don't have much time. We gotta, and I'm like, what is happening? And then from there on, it's like nonstop fucking assault on your senses, man, and it just
Yeah.
doesn't stop. And we're at a point where we're in a it's essentially a multiverse movie. That's basically what I'm gonna
Mhm.
say. Again, MCU wishes they had this type of fucking multiverse.
Oh, it blew Doctor Strange. I mean, don't get me wrong. I
Absolutely.
really like
Same.
Doctor Strange, but
Same.
it blew it out of the water in terms of
When you go to when you go so far out into a dimension where your fingers are hot dogs or whatever, and essentially you use your toes as to grab stuff,
yeah.
and I love that it was basically Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis in a relationship together kind of thing,
Yeah.
and they were basically like they were having relationship problems, and they were just like with the hot dog hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
And also how in that universe it's like part of it is like, sticking your hot dog fingers in someone's mouth and squirting mustard into them. It was just, yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, it was great.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I thought it was like, I don't know, it was just like they really swung for the fences for that movie, and I think it paid off. Like it was just,
I
it
mean,
was nut.
yeah. I mean, let's talk about
It
Michelle
was
Yeoh.
nuts.
Yeah, yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go. I keep cutting you
Oh
off.
yeah,
Go.
her performance
Oh
is
man,
amazing.
I think it's the
And
best in her career, dude. Like
yeah.
the amount of depth that she had to show in this whole
Mhm.
thing. I don't think you because I only know her as action chick who kicks a lot of ass. That's all, and
Yeah.
she does a lot of that here.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but then she shows a lot of range of emotions on this one too.
Yeah.
Which I honestly think if she doesn't get like nominated for at least nominated for an award, I think it's an injustice.
Oh, for sure.
To this thing, she deserved at least a nomination. But you know how the Academy is. They didn't that year that they didn't nominate Adam Sandler for Uncut Gems. Everybody started freaking out and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
um,
I think the movie like deserves all the awards. I think unfortunately it came out way early to where
that's the
the
thing.
Academy is they're gonna forget about it by the
I
time the
wish it would have done, and I think that's why it's still in theaters, dude. It's still at my
yeah.
local movies and shit like that. So it's still around months, but I think if they would have waited maybe towards the end of the year a little bit more, it would have been a little, maybe at least like editing. The editing is phenomenal, dude. The editing is
Oh yeah.
phenomenal in this movie, dude. The
How
amount of
many scenes of everything did they
yeah,
fucking shoot? Yeah.
like that is no easy task. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they're not. Oh, let's just throw it in an AI generator and edit it for us. That's coming next. That's coming
Yeah.
next, probably after this.
Yeah.
But
Michelle Yeoh in a chef's hat,
oh
doing
God,
teppanyaki.
Ratatouille, the fucking raccoon.
Raccoon.
I completely forgot about the fucking raccoon.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this movie is about family. It's really about
Yeah.
family. It has a good message.
Yeah.
If you could get through it, because this movie was not for everybody. I know people
No.
who absolutely thought it was the worst movie of all time.
Oh, I saw
And,
people online that were like, "This is the stupidest movie I've ever seen. I don't know
people
how
were
anyone could
walking
like it."
out of the movie theater, and I was like,
Yeah.
how thankfully that didn't happen at my theater. Everything clicked with my movie theater where I was. Everybody was
Yeah.
laughing when it was funny. We were just like, what? We were just like, what is
Yeah.
happening here? Is this even what?
Yeah.
And I mean donuts. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I hope this is. I mean, I'm sure it's not the last we'll see of Data, but I hope
Yeah.
that he comes back for more because he did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah. They
Yeah.
have a TV show lined up, I think,
Oh,
with him and Michelle Yeoh. It's I forgot what service it's on, but
the Goonies.
yeah,
The Goonies.
they were
When
yeah,
they're older.
Goonies Return. Yeah. um, but no, he was awesome, and like if you watch any of the interviews that he did for this movie, it was like he really like is genuinely thankful for coming
Yeah,
back and like
yeah.
being able to be in movies, and it's
Every
like
interview that I saw him
touching.
in, yeah, you know how they put him through the pay, like Google's, auto complete or whatever. The whole fucking time
Yeah,
he was just like, "Oh, I'm so, I'm grateful for these and this and that," and all. I was like, "Wow, he's very humble. He's really, really humble."
yeah,
And Jamie Lee Curtis was another good thing as well. But yeah, this
yeah,
movie's batshit crazy. It's just, it doesn't stop once it gets going, and you don't really know what to expect, like myself,
yeah,
and that is the best way to, I think that was the best way for me to go in, is just going in basically blind. And I came out, well, I was like, what the hell, this is awesome. But I do agree, it came out a little too
yeah,
early. Maybe if it had came out around this time, it may have had a chance. I don't think we're gonna see any awards. It may get like special effects or editing or some shit. Might get a random nod here and there, best sound, but I don't think we're gonna see best supporting or best actress or whatever anytime soon. For Jamie Lee Curtis,
yeah,
because she's the one that. But I'm glad you finally saw it, man.
yeah,
I'm really glad you blind buy bought. It's always good to blind buy something and actually like it. We're not
yeah,
sometimes you don't run into a situation like that and you're like, I fucking hate this movie. God
yeah,
damn it. But yeah, well, yeah. Speaking, I mean, that's another one, and Prey is getting Prey, the Predator movie, not the
yeah,
religious movie. Prey, is getting really good reviews,
yeah.
and it's the guy who did Cloverfield Lane.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
For
Yeah,
former
Dan
former
Trachtenberg.
former YouTuber. See, there you
Yeah,
go. We have a chance. Former
yeah.
YouTuber.
I
But I feel he
used to
hasn't.
listen to him all the
Yeah.
time
What was he?
on the. It was the Totally Rad show. He was on the
Oh
Totally Rad
shit.
show. I always used to listen to him, and my old job where I got to listen to podcasts all day. I would walk around a warehouse and listen to
Yeah.
him and some other dudes talking about movies, and he knew what he was talking about. He was like a huge fanboy
Mhm.
of
I
everything.
that's
So
that's I do like those type of stories, because it's the same thing with the director of Lights Out, Shazam, and stuff like that. He was the same situation. He was doing short movies on YouTube
yeah,
before he was tapped to do Lights Out, and then Annabelle, right, Creation or some shit like that, and then the Shazam movies. But yeah, he has a YouTube channel still where he talks about uh, you know behind the scenes and stuff like that. He's a really good. He's Swedish or whatever.
yeah.
But yeah, those are, I do like those type of stories. I mean, I don't. Who else has a type of story like that where they started on YouTube? I mean, Bo Berman, is that another guy? Who like he did what is it, Eighth Grade? What's that movie that he fucking did that everybody loved? I think it was like
Oh yeah,
eighth grade or something.
eighth
Is it?
grade.
Yeah, wasn't he a YouTuber? Yeah, I mean, it happens, I guess. Look at Donald
Yeah.
Glover. Glover. He started a Derek comedy group, and
Uh-huh.
I discovered him on YouTube. I was like, hey, that's the guy. Then he started showing up, and that it's funny to see people start off on YouTube and now they're like stars or
Yeah.
crazy rappers or whatever.
SNL too. They've done that. I mean, starting with I think Lonely Island,
Hmm.
they had a online. They kind of did some of the first like huge online
Yeah,
viral kind of videos,
yeah.
and then
Because
they
I
ended
mean,
up on
because Dick in a Box
SNL.
goes how far? We're talking like mid two
Yeah,
thousands, right? Like 2006 or something like that. I
yeah,
feel, and that was like early like viral days. That was, yeah. You're right. They did start doing stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Maybe we're next, Kane.
yeah,
We'll direct Annabelle Comes Home too. Um,
yeah. But
yeah.
yeah, Prey's supposed to be great. A
When
lot of
is that? Is
positive
that dropping
reviews.
soon? For fuck's sake! I feel like
What's that?
is that dropping soon? Is that going to be coming out soon?
Yeah, Friday. This
Okay, cool.
Friday. Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll definitely watch it, check it out, live stream it
Yeah.
on Twitch. They'll definitely enjoy that.
Yes.
But yeah, well, I feel like I haven't seen a good Predator movie in a while.
Yeah.
Even your brother Shane Black's movie didn't. I mean, it had the comedy, but it
Yeah.
didn't. I don't feel like the whole Predator thing really wasn't there. It
It
just
didn't all gel.
it,
Yeah.
it just it essentially turned into just another creature fighting people movie, and
Yeah.
that's fine. And I feel like at the heart of it, I don't think that's what a Predator is. I think it's more characters development maybe versus and then
Yeah.
because listen, the Predator for some reason when I saw it when I was small, I thought it was one of the boring. It was one of the boring movie of all time. I thought because
Really?
listen, there's not a lot of action if you don't think if you really think about it. It's really slow
Yeah.
to start. There's a really good action scene when they go to the village, right? With
Yeah.
kill the Mexicans or whatever they are.
Stick around.
Some of my cousins.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing. It's essentially just slow build up about them being hunted and
Yeah.
what they're all being picked off one by one. And then it really nothing happens till the very end when he goes up against the Predator. That's just that's not an action movie. Like, what would you consider that movie then? There's action in it, but it's not in the whole movie. It's here
I
and
mean,
then towards the end.
it's a thriller.
I
Yeah, I
guess
guess maybe it's yeah. And I know it's considered one of the best action movies of all time, but yeah, you're right. There's a lot of
there's a lot
buildup
of talking.
in it.
There's a lot of like
Yeah.
there's a lot of people talking and staring up at the fucking trees and I would like to see the behind the scenes with Jean-Claude Van Damme in this fucking lobster uniform or whatever. I
Yeah.
still can't believe he was on set. I don't know how long. I think he was fired or some shit. He was like, "No
Yeah.
problem," and then he does, and then he does the splits.
Yeah.
I will. It's just like watching like it's just funny back in the 90s that we could totally buy an obvious person who is not an American be like an FBI agent or like I watched
Yeah.
Eraser the other day and Schwarzenegger plays an American FBI agent. He's like
Yeah.
and I was like, bro, like that's not gonna fly today, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Street
Yeah.
Fighter, Guile is he's an American. He's
Yeah.
American. And he's like, we're gonna get that son of a beach bison. And it's like, what happened here?
Yep.
It's like gone are
Totally
the
American.
days. Gone are the days that we can't pull that off anymore.
Yeah.
We can't, And Jean-Claude Van Damme needs to make a comeback as the lobster suit in Prey in this movie that comes out that takes
That's
place like thousands of years ago.
maybe we'll direct that one.
There
It'll
you
be
go.
Our,
There you
our
go.
big movie and his big comeback as Lobster.
I'm like,
Character.
listen, Jean-Claude Van Damme. What was the last thing you made that was really good? That movie, that documentary movie, that JDVC or whatever
Oh yeah.
that was a really good one. But I mean, really, that was probably the last one, right? I mean, I don't think I've seen him. I mean, I guess he was in the Expendables or whatever, just as a like a courtesy from Stallone or whatever. But yeah, did you ever get into those Expendable movies? The first one was awesome. I had a
know what?
mangasm. I had a mangasm, dude. It's
I have
possible.
not seen one
Oh,
of them.
my
Like
goodness.
and what's funny is that like that's basically my childhood in one movie. Well, now there's several movies, but
Yeah.
I will like if I was a little kid and I knew that all of those actors were going to be in one movie, I'd be flipping out. So I'm shocked I haven't seen them yet, but I've heard so many like mixed things about them because didn't they start R and then they went PG-13 and then they went back to R?
I don't like when series do that because I feel like
Predator.
yeah,
Predator did it.
Predator didn't. It was a disaster. When you have a scene with a predator and a human running side by side away from the fucking explosion, it's a disaster. And of course, it's a WS or W whatever Anderson picture. Leave it up to that
Yeah.
fucking guy. I Die Hard did that. But they actually did it. They actually did it good with Live Free or Die Hard or whatever. It was a PG-13, right? I think that's the PG-13 one, and it was actually pretty good. The Expendables did that. What else? Terminator. Did Terminator go PG-13?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they fucking A, man.
Did.
And then I think they went back to R with the last one. So make up your mind. Like, hey, we're trying to get as many audience members in here as we can, but then let's make it shitty. But
Yeah.
you could make a really good action movie and still be PG-13. Obviously, when I go to the Expendables and I see all my favorite action stars in it, I want heads to be blown off. I want body parts. I want shit like that. I don't want a PG-13 version of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. But
Yeah.
I think I don't know what they like 20 of those fucking things. Good lord.
Yeah.
Like who else could we get? I mean, we got Chuck Norris in there and all that shit, and oh my
Yeah.
god, man. But yeah, so I mean, this week has been kind of shitty, especially for movies, because I was really looking forward to Batgirl. And I
Yeah.
I don't know, man. People are canceling their HBO Max accounts and shit like that. I'm like, I'm not doing that yet because there's a bunch of shows that I'm really enjoying still on there. And unless they start quietly removing my whole fucking list, I don't I
Yeah.
don't I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I can't wait to see Prey. Medea's Prey movie. Medea goes up against the Predator.
Yeah.
Her lure. Oh,
Different.
her lure.
Oh
Oh,
Lord.
her lure.
Predator. Oh Lord. Hallelujah.
But Medea that single-handedly made Tyler Perry a billionaire. Holy shit, man! God, that's nuts. He has his own studio and have several, like some of the Avengers movies use this studio before they built their own stuff in Atlanta. Like, my God, man, it's crazy. But yeah, Michelle Nichols, man, Michelle Nichols, R.I.P. She just passed
Yeah.
away. Was she like 89 or something? I think that's a good run. That was a good
Yeah.
run.
For sure.
I'm not gonna bash on her. I made it. I'm pretty sure if we had Jason on here, be a totally different story.
Oh,
But
jeez.
I saw her at Phoenix Comic Con a few years ago, like 2, 3, 4 years ago, or something like that, and she was already kind of not all there. Somebody asked her. I remember the question was like, "Hey, how was it working with William Shatner?" And she was like, "Oh, that's a good question." And she literally started talking about the moons and the stars for like 15 minutes.
Wow.
She didn't answer a question. And the guy was like, thank you." And he went to sit down. And it sucks because, I honestly think that sometimes Comic Con may exploit some of these elderly, um, like Stan Lee towards the fucking end.
Yeah.
He could barely. They had to basically move his hand for him towards the end because it was just like there's only so much a nine.
Weekend at Bernie's
Yeah,
style.
yeah, basically. There's only so much you can make a 90-something-year-old do in a day. You
Yeah.
can't fucking run him for 12 hours anymore and expect him. Yeah, so, I mean, I honestly think, I mean, I wouldn't, I say all this, and then fucking Shatner's like 90-something running around like nothing's happening. I'm like, what is
Yeah.
happening here? The fucker went to space, literally. And he's like walking around like nothing happened, man. I'm like, what is my God, I hope I could live to 91. And he looks like he's fine. His memory's good. He tells all these stories. He actually answers questions that are asked. So it doesn't go on a tangent about shit.
Yeah.
But I'm really glad that I got to see some of these guys at least before they pass. Like Leonard Nimoy, I got to see him. He was his panel was awesome. I got to see Michelle Nichols. I got to see Shatner. And I mean, what do you think of her, man? I mean, she was good. I mean, I think I wouldn't say like she's obviously not my favorite if I'm being honest with you, but
Yeah.
she's really good. What do you think, Kane?
Oh, she was really good. I mean, I guess the thing with her is she definitely was a trailblazer
Yeah,
for
yeah, Jungle
women of color,
Fever.
and yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't that the first
the
was that the first
interracial.
interracial kiss ever
Yeah,
on TV or
yeah,
something?
first interracial kiss in space. Um,
Oh,
and on TV, and because it's real, space was real. Like,
yeah, space was
yeah, but yeah, no, R.I.P. Man, she was good, and I know towards her last years weren't really the best because at some point when you're old you have to basically rely on your kids, and I know
yeah,
that she was having problems with her kids, like basically making her do stuff she didn't want to do, making her attend conventions to make money and
conventions.
stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that's what I kind of hate. I love going to conventions, but when you go to a convention and you see like this guy who was very popular for a role that was 50 years ago or something like that.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad to see them kind of struggle to like. I mean, Lou Ferrigno. I'm never gonna forget that time that he chased me around Phoenix. Man, one of the most stingy bastards of all time, Lou Ferrigno. I love the show, but good lord. But yeah, rest in peace, man. And this episode is gonna be interesting because we did a lot of AI stuff. This episode is best viewed on video versus podcast because it's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of oh wow that's crazy, and nobody knows what the hell we're talking about. Thankfully,
Yep.
Spotify has video, so I don't think Apple does, but I'll put a link or something on there. But yeah, this week has been crazy. R.I.P. Scooby Doo movie, R.I.P.
Yeah.
Batgirl movie. R.I.P. Michelle Nichols, R.I.P. fucking everything, man. Jesus Christ, we're just everybody's dropping like fucking flies, man.
Yeah.
All we have to look forward to is Prey, Medea's Prey, and the
Ideas pray.
and the Roadhouse remake, really, and the Barbie movie, the Barbie movie.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. She's going up against the Predator in an Indian.
Barbie versus Predator. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good crossover. We need that. We
Yep.
need that to happen. But yeah. All right, man. Yeah, I think this is
Okay.
our shortest episode of all time. An hour and 20 minutes. It's really not that
Yes.
short. I think it's really not that short. We'll be back next week. I think we're gonna talk about Prey, give our thoughts on it. I saw Event Horizon on the big screen yesterday.
Oh yeah. How did that go?
Again.
How was it?
So I saw it in 1997 because I snuck into it. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And then I saw it again yesterday. It looked beautiful. It was remastered. We saw the 4K version or whatever. I think they were streaming
Nice.
it off Tubi or something.
Yeah.
It's you know what I want to say it still holds up, like atmosphere. Like they don't make movies like that anymore. I mean, they try to, but it really is not the same. The special effects, not so much. We got
Really?
1997 special effects, like the floating like stuff. It really looks jarring on a big screen. I think on a smaller screen, I think you're better off. But all the other like the hell scenes and stuff like that looks really crazy on the big screen. The sound looks crazy. I was like, oh my goodness. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'll go to say that 1995 and 1997 were basically, I think that's where PT Anderson, Paul Thomas Anderson
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
before he made Boogie Nights, he peaked with
He did
Mortal
And then
Kombat, Event Horizon, and Boogie Nights, Magnolia, Punch Drunk Love, There Will Be Blood. And then he did
Yeah.
some of the Resident Evil movies in between in there. What would you? I mean, what do you think about W.S. Anderson, man? Is he a guy that just? I mean, why does he do shitty movies now that stars that stars his wife, like another certain zombie that I'm not going to mention?
Um, I don't know. I guess he kind of like dug out his own place in the market and just
Yeah,
leaned into it. He was just
but don't
like,
you?
I'm gonna do video game movies now. But I don't know. What has he done aside from Resident Evil? I
He
know
did Monster Hunter. He did
Monster
he did
Hunter, right? Yeah, I didn't
most
see
of
that.
basically he basically did all the Resident Evils that they were releasing. So
Yeah.
he was stuck on that for like 10 years. And then he did
Yeah.
and then he tried to do the fourth Musketeer or the third or some shit like that. He tried to do a three
Oh
Musketeer
yeah.
thing. And that didn't do too good. Of course, his wife was in that one too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening anymore. Like
I don't know.
I listen. If I was a filmmaker and I was just grinding out all this shit, eventually I would want to do a good movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I like Resident Evil and all that, but the first one, listen, I didn't go beyond the first one. because I thought the first one was decent. I heard it just
Yeah.
gets worse and worse and worse, and then we're fucking in 3D land now. We had Resident Evil 3D, and now they're releasing Resident Evil movies. I think away from him. Finally, I heard it got
Yeah.
better, but I don't know, man. He did two solid movies, and then and Soldier. Remember that movie Soldier?
Oh yeah,
Where
that's right.
he got paid $50,000 a word or some shit like that because he didn't speak that
Yeah.
much. Because
Yeah.
I
And it
saw
was a spin-off. It was like
yeah
a spin-off to Blade Runner.
yeah not a lot of people know about that, but I heard good things about it, but I think he just kind of I think he just lost touch. And I mean, listen, at the end of the day, he's a filmmaker, and I guess we could only make fun of Magnolia so much and Boogie Nights. Listen,
And I seriously, like, I got to a point where I couldn't remember, I couldn't tell the difference between Resident Evil and the Underworld movies. I
oh
thought
yeah,
they were,
dude, holy shit, I
yeah,
forgot
I was
about
like,
the Underworld movies.
because for a while I was like, wait, is he directing the Underworld movies, or is the guy Len Wiseman, like, is he doing Resident Evil? Like, they were just all blending together
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. The first one was good, and then that's another thing where the series started going downhill after the fourth or fifth one. Like Glenn Wiseman is another guy I haven't really heard from in a while. He did Live Free Die Hard.
Yeah, that's right.
So he did that one, and I don't. It was another. That's another situation where he was married to the star of the movie Underworld. He was married to
Yeah,
what's her name, and
Kate Beckinsale.
yeah, yeah. That's another. What happened to her? She waited for Click 2. What's going on? What happened to Kate Beckinsale? Beckinsale.
Kate
Yeah,
Beckinsale.
Blackensdale. Yeah, there's a lot of people I haven't seen or heard in a while, and now Seth Rogen's gonna hurt because his movie got taken off HBO Max. So I don't know
Oh yeah.
what is he gonna do. I think
Which why Michael Keaton was going to be in that one too.
Michael Caine.
Yeah, Michael Keaton.
I mean, in my opinion, Seth Rogen's living the best life right now. All he does, he has a company, like a weed company. He has employees, and he basically he does pottery. He fucking
Yeah.
he does pottery, where it's basically a joint station where you could put your weed and your little paper, and you could pack it in. Yeah, I mean, he's doing. I mean, in Canada, obviously, because that's you
Yeah.
could do it over there, but he encourages his employees to be high as long as it
Yeah.
doesn't distract from the productivity. He's like, yeah, you can fucking be stoned as long as it doesn't. I'm like, my God, that's probably the perfect place to fucking work. But
Yeah.
yeah, I can.
And he laughs.
Yeah, I still think that's his fake laugh. We're gonna, I think it's like Larry the Cable Guy. I'll never forget. I'll never forget when Larry the Cable Guy did an interview, and apparently Larry the Cable Guy, that's a persona. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What? And the guy talks. It's just like it doesn't sound anything like Larry the Cable Guy. I'm like, what is happening here? What the? It's just like Gilbert Godfrey. Gilbert Godfrey doesn't. He does not. He types like
Yeah.
an old Jewish guy. I'm like, my God, I've been lied to my whole fucking life, man.
Or Bobcat Goldthwait. I was like, he doesn't talk like.
I love. I mean, his turn. I mean, he's like a director now, and
Yeah.
like he was doing movie. Did a movie with Robin Williams and stuff like that. So like all
Oh yeah,
these
that was a
guys,
great movie.
like the what's his name? Like what's their name? Bill and Ted. Like obviously one went on to massive international success, and then you got Alex Winter who. Well, I mean, he waited for the newest Bill and Ted, I guess,
Yeah.
to come out. Like, I mean, he was everywhere in the 80s, Lost Boys and all that shit, Bill and Ted and all that stuff. But then, like, I didn't see him ever again.
Because like, he went on to be a director, right?
He's a
I think he went
director.
on-
He's a director, and he's like, he's very into the whole, like, Big Brother's watching you. So
Yeah.
he's like the type where he'll cover the camera on the laptop kind of thing, cover the microphone on the phone or something like that. So, Big Brother doesn't listen to you. So he's that type of guy. But,
Yeah.
it's crazy how those, it turns out like, people basically, you either keep acting when you're old or turn into a director and get fired for misconduct like Fred Savage. So, but yeah. All right, Kate. So let's get out of here. You're doing good, man. Hopefully, stay alive. The only reason like I said, the only reason I do this podcast is check up on you for your well being and stuff like that. You are you going to be able to do the show? Are you going to be working now, Mr. Job guy?
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be during the day. During the day, mornings.
Yep, early in the morning.
Oh shit! Like, what time are you? What time are you waking up?
No. My job will be. It's an afternoon job.
Okay.
It's not bad at all.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll be out at 8 p.m.
8 p.m. your time. So
yeah, 5 p.m. your time. So we'll be getting off work at the same time.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. This has been a good show, man. I'm glad we talked. We're angry at HBO and or HBO. Well, I guess Warner Brothers, Discovery, Deadliest Catch.
Scooby-Doo.
Oh, don't even get me fucking. I forgot. Now you brought a whole wave. PTSD came back at me, and I'm
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Magnolia. Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a good movie in there somewhere. All right, guys, that's been episode Magnolia. Monster Hunter Magnolia. Yeah, all right, let's get out of here. Episode 12 of The Old Jerks. Hopefully full crew next week. We'll know. Who knows if we could find Jason. I think he wandered away again. Alive. Yeah, we got to go do a wellness check. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Peace. Later.
Bye.